everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I'm here today with my June 2022 Release the Craftin design team project. This is a Persephone inspired kit, and I'm really excited to show it to you. So I'll tell you a little bit first about Persephone and the legend that is sort of the most common. I know that people have sort of different tellings and belief systems around Persephone. So I'll tell you kind of the most common sort of legend in case you don't know it. So the story of Persephone is that she's this sweet daughter of the goddess Demeter, and she gets kidnapped by Hades and later essentially becomes the queen of the underworld. And this legend is known all around the world. It's actually sort of the way the ancient Greeks explain the change in seasons, the eternal cycle of nature's death and rebirth. Persephone is understood by most people to be sort of a naive young girl who flows between the protection of her doting mother and the love of her husband. According to Greek mythology, Persephone, the queen of the underworld, was the daughter of Zeus and Demeter, the goddess of harvest and fertility. She was also called Kor, which means maiden, and she grew up to be a very beautiful girl, and she sort of attracted the attention of many gods. But Demeter was very obsessed. She had a very obsessed love for her daughter, and she kept her suitors away. The most persistent of those suitors was Hades, the god of the underworld. He was a hard, middle-aged man living in the dark, among the shadows of the dead. But his heart apparently softened when he saw Persephone. He was enthralled by her youth and her beauty, and when he asked Demeter to marry her daughter, Demeter was infuriated, and she said there was not the slightest chance that that would happen. So Hades was heartbroken, but also started to get crafty and decided that he was going to marry Persephone no matter what. So one day Persephone's out playing with her friends and picking flowers, and all of a sudden she beheld the most enchanting narcissus she had ever seen. She stooped down to pick up the flower, and then the earth beneath her, it just began to open, and Hades came out in a chariot with black horses. He grabbed her before she could scream for help, and he took her down to the underworld through this gap in the earth, which then closed behind them. So the girls that she had been playing with didn't see anything because this all happened so quickly. They didn't have a clue, how to explain this. So there was a witness, however, Zeus, the father of Persephone, as well as Helios, the sun god. So Zeus decided to keep silent about the whole thing to prevent a fight with his brother, while Helios wisely thought it probably wasn't a good idea to get involved. It wasn't his concern. So Demeter was destroyed, heartbroken. She was, searching the earth rabidly for her daughter until her good friend, Hecate, or Hecate, I can never remember how to pronounce her name. She's the goddess of wilderness and childbirth. She advised her to seek help from Helios, the all-seeing sun god, to try to find Persephone. And because Helios felt sorry for Demeter, she was crying and begging him, he revealed to her that Persephone had been kidnapped by Hades. When Demeter learned this, she was enraged and she wanted to take revenge, but Helios said, it's not such a bad thing for Persephone to be the wife of Hades and the queen of the dead. This might be fine. So Demeter could not let it alone. She was so angry at the insult that Hades would just come and steal her daughter, and he only had the dead for company. What right did he have to her daughter? She was also very angry at Zeus for not having revealed this to her. After all, this was their child. So to punish everyone, she decided to take a long and indefinite leave from her duties as the goddess of harvest and fertility. So that had devastating consequences. The earth began to dry up, harvests failed, plants lost their fruitfulness, animals were dying because they were starving, and famine spread across the whole earth, and there was a lot of misery. So the cries of people suffering reached Olympus and Zeus. So Zeus finally realized that if he didn't do something about, Demeter's wrath, all humanity would disappear. So he decided to find another solution to calm Demeter and also to try to please Hades. So he said, how about a compromise? He promised Demeter that he would bring Persephone back to her if it could be proven that Persephone was being held against her will by Hades. So if that couldn't be proven, then she'd stay with Hades. So what ended up happening, though, is, again, Hades is crafty, and he found out about this agreement, and he tricked Persephone, who at that time had been crying night and day from despair. He tricked her to eat a few seeds of a pomegranate. Pomegranate was the food of the underworld, and whenever someone would eat a few seeds of a pomegranate, they would, very quickly begin to, miss life in the underworld. They would want to stay there. It would tighten the bond they had to the underworld. So when they had the gathering in front of Zeus with Persephone and Demeter, he asked her the question, do you want to come home to your mother, or do you want to stay with your husband? And because she'd had the pomegranate, she said, I want to stay with my husband. So Demeter heard this, she was infuriated, and she accused Hades for that he had somehow tricked her daughter. So a huge fight ensued. Demeter threatened that she would never make the earth fertile again, and everyone would die. So Zeus decided that this had to go further, this agreement. He decided that Persephone would spend half of the months of the year with her husband, Hades, and half with her mother in Olympus. So this didn't please anyone. This upset both Demeter and Hades. However, they had to accept it. So this basically ties into the seasons changing. So Persephone would come, for half of the year, and she'd stay with her husband in the underworld. During those months, Demeter was miserable. She was sad, not in the mood to deal with the harvest, so she would leave the earth to decline. According to the Greeks, this is the months of autumn and winter, when the land is not fertile and it doesn't give any crops. When Persephone would come back to Olympus to live with her mother, Demeter would shine from happiness, and the earth would be fruitful and fertile, and this is spring and summer. So this is the myth of the changing of seasons and nature's death and rebirth. So I've done enough chatting. Let me jump into this book. You're going to see themes in this book that are on the front of this book. So I tried to tie in some of my own things to kind of accent this kit, because the kit is just beautiful. The colors are stunning. So you're going to see a lot of things that talk about they don't talk, but they they visually show you, the seasons, pomegranates, a dark tone of death and skulls and florals and bones, and so I think you will really enjoy this kit. So let me get started with the cover. So the cover is a tie closure. This is a fabric cover made from this really shimmery, beautiful silk. It's a lovely wrinkly fabric. So this is a red cotton tie that's stitched on the front, and it wraps around the book, and you can just loop it through to tie it closed. So this journal on the cover, I've added a lot of things. So this here is from the kit, this image, and I've stitched on top of it for a little bit of texture and interest. You'll see several rows of red stitching around the edges. I've got some leaves here. This is a woodcut of actually like a rusty sort of item that has a lot of holes in it. It's almost like a spout, and it really plays on this image of this plant that I always forget the name of, but it has all those holes in it. Then you'll see here is some little shashi mirror in this pretty blue fabric that has some beads. I've added some florals here, some silk florals, some lace that's been tea-dyed, some gold netting. I actually needle felted from wool this whole pomegranate. It's been stitched through multiple times for texture, and I've beaded the whole bottom, and I've added this moth here. You'll see moths throughout the journal. Then there are 3 stone skulls here. I've done some embroidery. So lots of stuff, lots of techniques going on the cover. So this is a 3 signature journal, but they are kind of spread out a little differently. So we have pocket first signature, some note paper here, then we fold out again. And you see we have 2 more signatures. So I'll just kind of, it's sort of like a folio, sort of not. So I'll show you kind of how it works. So let's begin at the beginning, okay? So you open up the journal and first we are here. This is a beautiful big piece from the kit that I've used as a pocket. It has a snake, there's lots of snakes, black snakes, skulls, florals, and the tones underneath you're going to see there are navy and black and burgundy and hints of green. The florals are in creams and whites, so they really pop. So inside is a blue and gold fabric, and then here inside this pocket we begin. This is an envelope from the kit. And inside, I just did this. Now, this is a bit to read, and I know I've done a lot of talking, so I probably won't read it, but it's wonderful. It's Persephone by Jean Ingelow. It's written for the Portfolio Society, January 1862, and it is a poem, and it's beautiful. And I just created like a nice pomegranate, like a dark pomegranate background, and then I put the poem on there in white. So I'll read the first verse to you. She stepped upon Sicilian grass, Demeter's daughter, fresh and fair, a child of light, a radiant lass, and gamesome as the morning air. The daffodils were fair to see, they nodded lightly on the lea. Persephone, Persephone. Lo, when she marked of rarer growth than orchis or anemone, for it was the maiden left them both, and parted her company. Drawn nigh, she deemed it fairer still, and stopped to gather by the rill the daffodil, the daffodil. So that's all I will read to you for now, but you can read the rest of it if you decide this journal is for you. So now we will hop over here to the first signature and the first kind of internal flap. So here on the flap, this is from a set of words Release the Craftin also has provided in a kit. Evanescent, soon passing out of sight, memory or existence. And I've added some hand spun yarn here. You'll see these throughout the journal, and then some tatting. And this all just kind of hangs. It's just sort of something to look at here on this flap. Now let's look at the first signature. So we open with just a beautiful page from the kit. And then on this side, I've done some inking and coffee dyeing to this skull here, and it's on a page from the kit. This is a journal card from the kit that's been backed with stained paper. This is some of my own dyed paper. And then this is just a really nice piece of scrapbook paper that I felt like really went with the colors and the aesthetic of the kit. So I just added a little fun spot there. This is from the kit, and here's these little skulls and things that I was talking about earlier. Beautiful. You can see the pomegranate here in the background. And I've added avocado dyed paper to this journal as well. There's several different dyed papers in here. This is another page from the kit, and I love the thatching in the background. The colors are just beautiful. This is a sprayed page. I've done some sprayed pages in the same tones as the kit. And we have, this is like a marbled construction paper that's cream and pink, and I've done this little blue stamp here. Pocket and tag both from the kit, and this says, if you must go, might as well take all of spring with you. Kathy Lynn Che. And some moths here. And then this is just a little collage that I did with a poem about spring and some packaging paper. This is a beautiful big pocket from the kit, and a tag also. And it's got the little skulls and the pomegranate seeds, and I have sprayed the back to make it nice and sort of tattered feeling. Some of my blue dyed paper with a moth here. And then this is a cabinet card from the kit, and I've added this here. I felt like this was kind of a nice seasonal image of Persephone, and this is an envelope from the kit, just beautiful. And inside we have another piece from the kit. It's a journal card. And then we just pop that back inside the envelope. And it tucks in here. Another page from this beautiful kit. And the first center signature. I love this page so much. I like how Release the Craftin tends to work a lot with hands. I really find that a beautiful aesthetic. And then more of the kit, and this little banner here is from the kit, and it has some death's head moths, and it's on some dyed paper. Then here I've made a couple of clusters and a journal card here from the kit. All of this is from the kit, all the visuals you see. So journal card, and this is a cluster pocket made with fabric, and there are several freeform cutouts from the kit and these little circles as well. And this is another of the words, Lethiferous, deadly, bringing death or destruction. And then this is another of those little flaps from the kit of that moth paper. And then I've added some more of this cashmere fabric hanging here with some handmade paper. And this is from the kit, and it is Cyophilia, a love for shadows. And this is a label from the kit. You get, I believe, 3 of those. Of course, you could print as many as you like. And then this large pocket is from the kit on my sprayed paper. And then this is just a Persephone image that I found that was really beautiful, of her holding a pomegranate, and she's in the sunshine, and I really liked the colors. This is a ticket and a page from the kit, avocado paper. And a little pocket on a page, and a little label tag here from the kit. Beautiful colors. I like how it goes with the avocado paper. And then this is just a journal card that I made. It says, celebrated the seasons of their lives together, wondrous tales and legends of the great forest. And it is just collaged and has some tea-dyed ribbon up top. Another of the little labels there. Another beautiful page. And then here in the gap between the signatures, I've just added some handmade paper, and it is stitched across, and we have this little bit here from the kit as well. So now we will move on over to the other 2 signatures here. So center signature also begins with a page from the kit. And I'll just pull over a little here. Then we have, this is a tag that I made a pocket out of with my botanically dyed paper from my boiled book. And then this, you can see this background paper is from the kit, as well as this envelope and label. And inside, I've added another piece of my boiled book with a tab from the kit, and it's just a little bit more extra writing space that goes on in here. And I liked how the gray tones played with this darker background. This is some of my dyed paper and more stamping here. I'm going to give this a try. I believe the word is psychomarchy, or possibly psychomachy. I'm not sure. New word for me. A conflict between the body and the soul. And then this is a pocket. So this is a floating pocket here from the kit with a journal card and a tag also from the kit. So I just backed this in some gold, and it is glued down. And the pocket in behind holds onto the journal card. And then the tag is actually one of these beautiful trifecta kind of tags that Priscilla makes. They're really beautiful. And that pops on inside this pocket. Then another beautiful page and a background page from the kit. I like again how it goes with this avocado, stamped a little moth there. And then a pocket from the kit, and I added some vellum wings to it, and tried to kind of work with the colors. And this is a large journal card from the kit, backed again with avocado paper. And over here we have a little cluster pocket that I made out of one of the words that Priscilla provides. A trait, one dressed in black, a mourner. And then these are stitched together. These are 2 little tags from the kit, and they make up like a spine, and I thought I would stitch them together, and that would be kind of fun. And then on this side we have another cabinet card with another more bluey kind of image of Persephone. So the cabinet card is from the kit. And inside we have this little tag here. And again, I've stitched on another of those sparkly blue bits. I just realized I don't think I showed you what was in the first of the pockets. That's okay, it's a secret surprise. This is a page from the kit, a background, and this tag also. Some of my blue dyed paper, another of those labels. That's that scrapbook paper that just kind of goes with the kit nicely with one of the tabs from the kit. You get 3, I believe. Then another beautiful page. This is another of those freeform cut-outs. It's a pomegranate. We have some nice gold netting down here, and it's on sprayed paper. And inside I've added, this is a large macro photography of a flower, and it's all just writing space on the back, so you can do whatever you'd like writing on that. And it just tucks on in here. And then down here on this packaging paper is a poem. Now burn, newborn to the world, double-natured name, the heaven-flung, heart-fleshed, maiden-furled, miracle and Mary of flame. Mid-numbered, he in 3 of the thunder throne, not a doomsday dazzle in his coming, nor dark as he came. Kind but royally reclaiming his own, a released shower let flash to the shire, not a lightning of fire hard hurled. So I try to use poetry that like speaks to kind of the story. This is another page of the kit. And then this beautiful center page. So much symbolism. A little ticket here from the kit. This is a pocket from the kit on my sprayed paper, and I just made this kind of little dark forest tag to go in here. Another page and pocket from the kit. And this is actually from a Griffin and Sabine book, but I just thought it went very perfectly with the theme overall. And this quote, or word snippet actually, seeking you, I have gone over a glass mountain, over 3 sharp swords, and over a great lake. Yet, now that I find you, you will not hear me. So I think that you could interpret, many different people would be saying that in this story, to be honest. I think there was a lot of people not being heard. And some of my dyed paper. Oops, so we have a little sticky. There we go. These are 3 little banners from the kit. This one has like a tibia bone, I believe, or a spine bone, and this is the pomegranate seeds and a little purple flower. And this is a background here from the kit, and that main page. Again, the avocado plays nicely with the pomegranate. This is a pocket from the kit, and inside are a couple things on a background. And then this is just some poppy flowers that I felt like would go nicely with this. And these are 2 pieces from the kit, and I've just made kind of this little collage bit with some of my eco-printed paper, so it's kind of just like a little journal card. Another page from the kit and marbled papers. This is a file folder kind of style pocket. It's actually like a coin envelope, but I love using them this way, and so I break the rules. And this is also a background from the kit, and that's the page that I printed on the back. And this is actually an art image of Persephone that I found in a mythology book. That's her just kind of trapped away, and it's very red. I guess it's speaking to the pomegranate. And this is actually a tag that I made a pocket out of for this sort of center area between 2 signatures. It's got more of that cashmere fabric up here, and inside is this. It's a large piece of my boiled book paper, and I've added this from the kit here as just a fun kind of fold for that. And that goes in there. And then on to the last signature. So again, we begin with the pomegranate and the kit. And then in here, I just love this freeform style pocket of the skull in the hand. Another background and a banner from the kit. And this is an old poem, 1876 to 1889. It's called Spelt from Sybil's Leaves. And it's on some very old 1800s scrapbook paper that I found in an old scrapbook at an estate sale, and it has a tab up top from the kit, a pocket with the pomegranate here from the kit. These could be used for journal cards as well. I think I've used them in both applications in this book. This is a beautiful envelope from the kit, of course. And inside I've added this. I couldn't remember what I made. So this is a journal card, all in dark colors, and I've added this moon here with coffee dyed paper. You see some dark trees. The back is also dark, and yeah, you could decide whatever you'd like to do with that. Just to write with maybe a gel pen would be fun. And then we have another little moth stamped here on packaging paper. And then inside this flip out is another of the words. I believe it's saudade, a nostalgic longing to be near again to something or someone that is distant, or that has been loved and then lost, the love that remains. I think that's a beautiful word to add to our vocabulary. Then we have, this is one of those moth pages, and this is an actual envelope from the kit here, and I've used it as a flip out. So the hand, the pomegranate, and then inside I used a snippet from one of the pieces of the paper itself and made this tall sort of tag to write on, and it's been backed there, so that just pops on in here as extra writing space. And that flips in, and you can see more of that fun blue cashmere fabric. It's attached over here with another of those sparkling sprigs to a belly band from the kit with this black snake, and then some inking on the page and a tag from the kit that has this quote: "She felt like Persephone in Hades, pomegranate seeds bursting against her teeth, juice rolling on her tongue, and the more she had, the more she hungered. Holly Black." And then this is the snake again in the kit. Another moth, another beautiful background, and avocado dyed paper. This is a belly band from the kit. I've added some of this ochre paper and this red ribbon. It's on a page also from the kit, so you see the florals back here. And then I took more of my eco printed boiled book and I added a word, Mizpah, the deep emotional bond between people, especially those separated by distance or death. And that just tucks on in the belly band here. Another background from the kit and my dyed paper. Another beautiful focal page from the kit. Another background. Both of these are from the kit, this little diamond shaped bit, and another tag. He was me and I was him, and now we're whole together. Nalini Singh. And I did ink that with red in the back, you know, a little shout out to the pomegranate again. Then another belly band from the kit. I've added some sparkly kind of black fabric to this, and this is a page from the kit back here. And I've added just this little botanical journal card and a little avocado dyed botanical paper, and those just both tuck on in here. Then we have another pocket and a cabinet card from the kit with another image of someone that I've made into Persephone. And then on inside we have another tag here from the kit. There are several of these beautiful little tags. Another page from the kit. Hopefully you can see the depth of color in the pomegranate. And then this beautiful Death's Head Moth center page. Some spring. And then there's this skull that is another of the freeform cutouts. And then this is also from the kit, and I just plunk it in here because it's kind of like almost like a bone shape, and I thought it looked really cute in there with the rose in the eye. Another pomegranate pocket on a page from the kit. And this is just from an old book. Demeter rejoiced for her daughter was by her side. So that's like the season that they were together. Then more Death's Head Moths from the kit. More of my dyed paper. Another beautiful page from the kit. Avocado dyed paper. more of the kit, spider, and this is another of those journal cards or pockets from the kit, and you'll notice there are sort of almost like the moon phases of the pomegranate. It's whole, then it's cracked open, then it's like seeds, and I really like that. And I added this little quote here. This is actually from a Yoko Ono book. "Steal a moon on the water with a bucket. Keep stealing until no moon is seen on the water." And then I did some stamping back here, and I made this, this is just from a piece of tea-dyed paper, and I added one of the round pieces from the kit to it to make sort of a freeform shaped like piece of stationery to go in here. And then more of the moths, and I've just coffee dyed this skull from a Grey's Anatomy book, added some coffee dyed lace here, and then one of the words, I believe it's sloa, I don't know, the spirits of the restless dead. I do my best to pronounce these. I'm sure Priscilla's like having a giggle as she watches me. And then this banner is from the kit, as well as this really fun, this is a freeform shape, another of them, of this moth and some of the black fabric around it, and I made it into a belly band and added the pomegranate sort of cracked in half here as a journal card, all on this red page. We have another word here, obtesio, I am silent. And then we have another of the pomegranate tuck spot pockets. And I think back here it is, I meant to put this in there. I couldn't find where I wanted to, no, this one, I wanted to put it, and then I just stuck it in there because I was like, I filled all the pockets, but it's okay, we are whole again. And then we have another page from the kit, the final page, and then that's the back of it. We're at the end of the journal, and then this is the final tag. So I took some of my boiled book page, and again, looking at this shape, I wanted to make something that spoke to the shape. I added some self-adhesive pearls to this, and yeah, it's just a beautiful tag from the kit that clips on the back here. So then we flip back here, this folds in, again you see this beautiful little clustery bit, and then this comes in here and we close again, and then we pull the front closed and we wrap around. There we go, and then we're closed up again. So that is the Persephone journal. I absolutely love this kit. Please check the links below to see Priscilla's shop where she has this kit, all of these kits available. You will see this journal in my shop. If you're seeing this video, if it's not already there, it will be very shortly. So the best way to sort of track things like this is to follow me on Etsy. So thank you so very much for hanging out with me, listening to me talk about Persephone. Thank you, Priscilla, for another beautiful kit and the amazing opportunity to be on your design team. I always am challenged and always have a blast. So thank you guys. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.